Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Champions Cup. This one, another quarterfinal taking place. The Exeter Chiefs at home up against the DHL Stormers. Should be a great match. We did see a little bit of a one-sided affair near the end of the contest between Toulouse and the Sharks. Up till that point, though, they had kept it close. I assume that this game should be relatively close as well. The DHL Stormers, they are missing one of their key players in Dion Fourie, not going to be playing in this game, whereas Stuart Hogg for the Exeter Chiefs, he will be coming off the bench. So I'm wondering what kind of dynamic that will add to both of these sides. But it's currently 4:30 a.m. almost here in New Zealand. We have done a lot of live streams at this point, but this was one that we certainly did not want to miss. It's going to be an entertaining game. Looking through at the Exeter Chiefs starting lineup will be Scott Seo, Dan Frost, and Marcus Street as the front row, Johnny Gray and Jenkins as the locks, and Jans Kirsten, Christchinzer, and also it will be Sam Simmons at number 8. Then Will Beckinsale, Joe Simmons, the 19 combo, Ollie Woodburn, Sean Garrett O'Brien, Henry Slade, Jack Knoll, and Tom Wyatt, the last man in the starting side for the Exeter Chiefs. Then for the Stormers, it will be Stephen Kitsoff, Joseph Dweber, and Franz Malherbe, I should say, Ernest van Rennen, and Marvin O'Ree going to be the locks. Poco Miller, Ben Jason Dixon, and Marcel Tennyson, the loose forward trio. Herschel Yankees and Mani Labok, the 19. Also Sinutla, Dan Duplessis, Ruan Nel Hudson-Berg, and Damian Valimza, the last man in that starting lineup for the Stormers. This should be a very awesome game. Like I mentioned, do let me know your score predictions in the chat down below. We have had scores ranging from the Stormers by 20 to the Stormers by 1. No one's backed Exeter yet, but they are at home. We've got to remember they should have a decent crack. They haven't had to travel for this game. How was your walk, says Kerr? I just did a couple loops of my lounge. It wasn't really that exciting. It's still very dark outside, so I was thinking about going up and down the driveway, but didn't want to get mugged. So I thought it's better off just doing it around the lounge facility. Send you the channel link, Mish. I will have to give that a look. Oh, yeah, my phone's dead. I will have to charge my phone and then give that a look, Gareth, on there as well. Unless I do it on the old Discord. That's another option, isn't it? Go here, go here. Here it is. So I'll have to give it a look, Gareth. When it does start up tomorrow, perhaps we'll try and get day 5 or day 4, depending on how they do it. And Lowell says, Robert, the replacements for this game, JJ Klotzia, Vermaak, Nettling Foucher, Gary Porter, Engelbrecht, Diamani, Paul DeVette, and Clayton Blomekis, the last man off the bench for them. Then for Exeter, it is Yandel, also Sefa Scott, Abuladze, Davis, Dave Ewers, Kens, Harvey Skinner, and Stuart Hogg. Stormers away 25 plus points to the Stormers. CS Hunter there, and also we have got there today's done mostly for tomorrow when you're recovering, says Gareth. And there as well. Yeah, the plan is to cover this game, then to go to bed at approximately maybe 7 a.m., maybe 7:30. Wake up at about 3:30 and then get ready for some more 7s tomorrow. So we might be able to, if we get really strategic, squeeze 8 hours in, but I feel like more than likely I'll end up taking a bit longer to schedule streams or something along those lines, and then it will be, once again, another like 6-hour night. Exeter did have to play a lot of minutes last week. Just saying, I'm cheering for the Stormers, says Flesh, and let's go Hamish. Last game, then sleep, says Blues Nate. And come on, the Stormers. And second last game for me, says Kerr, of course. Yeah, I've got the Lions playing just around the corner up against your Glasgow boys. You have to give me a match report when I wake up in the morning, if you are still able to type, of course, depending on how tired yourself is as well. But both sides making their way out onto the field now. It doesn't look as bright as it was for the game in France, but still not too bad weather conditions-wise, hopefully, for this contest. Quite a few Stormers supporters in attendance for this game. And played at Sandy Park in England, Stormers and Stormers from Gareth and Nate. But we will have a prediction, ladies and gentlemen. Who will be the first try scorer for this match? I'm going to say that it will be... who do we go with? I'm going to go Marcel Tennyson. Starting at number 10 for this match, Matthew Raynell will be the referee in charge of this game. But yeah, I will go with Marcel. Denison, 1 sock cutter. He cuts socks. 2 sock cutters. They cut socks. 3 sock cutter. They cut socks. I almost messed up the very first words. But after that, I went all right. Blomikis says Roloff, although he will be coming off the bench in this game. And now we are underway, ladies and gentlemen. The Exeter Chiefs to kick us off from left to right in this matchup. It's gone high. And now looks like it's going to be a little bit loose, but well cleaned up. I believe that was actually Marcel Tennyson able to get his hands on the ball there. A big gap to fill there in the loose forward trio due to no sign of Dion Furry for this match. Going to be kicked up high by Herschel Yankees, waiting for this to come down, lining it up. It's going to be a knock on there from the youngster Tom Wyatt. Now available for the Stormers to use just inside, and Fancy Slade scoring first. There's Kerr there. So, of course, Henry Slade, number 13, getting it out the backs, perhaps, for the Exeter Chiefs. Now it's going to be put high from Damien Valimza. Seems like the territory game is going to be in this situation as well. You're not allowed to say he. It's also they, says Gareth there. Although they has he in it, doesn't it? But no, never mind. That's going to be going wide. Off to Sam Simmons. Big run. Straight at Sinutla. Drags him down. Exeter Chiefs short pop pass up from Johnny Gray. Using their backs well here, but Joe Simmons gets taken down, tries to get back up to his feet. Kicks off, rips the ball away. They're going back for the original advantage. And let's go, Chiefs, baby. There's Aiden there. Matthew Reynell already calling for an offside penalty. I believe it was against number 10, so that would be Manny Leboch, who has been penalised for that one. I'm sure he's not too happy about it either. And Benetton beat Cardiff means a Benetton Toulon semi, says Kerr there. And thank God South Africa is not woke, says Roloff there. I think it depends on who you talk to, though, in a lot of departments. Like, some people would say, not to say anything bad, but you seem to be a bit of a controversial fella at time, Roloff, with what you've said in the past. So maybe it's more of the case of you just ignore the other side of things. Hey, say that again, mate. The shit would not work here, says Gareth. I've got some pending on this, says Aiden. At 6:30 p.m. By us, Roloff, we way up, says Barry. But now it's going to be 5 metres out from the line. Sinutla got the ball available. Pass him back across to the right-hand side. Goes to Joseph Weber. Big shot put in there. Looks like they might have to go back into the pocket, although it looks like Herschel Yankees might actually have a bit of a crack for himself here. No, instead goes back to Leboch. Puts it into touch. Still inside of the 22, though. About 15 metres out now, the Exeter Chiefs will have themselves the line out. Leboch giving it the thumbs up. Too disappointed with that. He has got the... I'm trying to work out what brand that is, but he has got the skivvy on, or the thermal, wherever you're from in the world has a different name for it, but it's got the extra warmth. Try and keep him a little bit warmer, seeing as England can be a little bit chilly compared to South Africa. Now, it's going to be nicely done by the Exeter Chiefs to keep that ball alive. The Stormers just rushing up, but were they too quick? Yes, they were. Now, cut out wide, goes out to Ollie Woodburn. Tackled hard in the tackle by Diamani. And I imagine walking into Home Affairs saying, and I was like, can you please do a Western Province game after, please? Do the Western Province game. At that point, we would have been up for about 24 hours, Aiden. Plus, if it's just because you've got bets on it, maybe it's best that we don't do it so that you feel like you shouldn't have placed your bets. That's a better way of doing it. As a Scarlet, I wouldn't mind Benetton in a final if we were to get there. Says Fleshin. Oh, is that playing the halfback or he just fall over? I think he just fell over, Will Beckinsale there. And Noel playing tonight. He is. He's out on the right wing for this contest. We haven't seen him with the ball in hand as of yet. But might head down to him very shortly. They're going off to the right. A lot of possession so far for the Exeter Chiefs. I don't have a bet on the Province game. Yet is the key word there. Now it is going to be, once again, Beckinsale. Waikato pass. Here comes Jack Knoll. Bit of space to work with, but he's tackled by Damien Valimza. It didn't seem like he had a huge amount of acceleration. In that case, in true Hamish, it's 15 degrees and sunny in the middle of England at the moment. Sears question. To be fair, I'd take that. We're currently 7 degrees now. Quick hands. All they've got to do is just get it through, but they do take a little bit too long, and there was a full pass in the process, butchering that opportunity for the Exeter Chiefs. All they needed was a cutout pass rather than the short ones. And I'm impressed with Benetton and their passion and commitment. Deserve respect for it, in my opinion. Yeah, they've come a long way in the last little while. Like, to be able to go from where they were a couple seasons ago as the easy beats, and now they're starting to get a lot more close games. Like Zepre, I know they haven't won a game in the URC yet, but they've had some close games along the way too, which I feel like they might be not too far off from getting themselves a few more victories. This quarter's right, certainly is. So the winner of this game will go on to face the winner of Saracens versus La Rochelle. And that explains why Jack Noel wasn't running too quickly. He might have a knee injury at the moment. And Morena, brother. And what does Morena mean? Morena means good morning. And the other Kiwi lad, Farnell, says Nazi Williams. And also we have got there. I missed one. No, I didn't. True Hamish. I think I read that one though. 5 minutes through at the moment. That was a quick 5 minutes between these two sides. Jack Noel looks like he wants to continue, but he just didn't look like he was 100% in that acceleration department when he was trying to get a little bit of speed down the wing. He's still walking with a bit of a hobble or a bit of swagger, I guess you could say, from a distance if you didn't know he was injured. And kia ora is hello. Yeah. So I think those are your two. Oh, sure, already warming up. He will not be keen on this. He would have thought he was having like 10 or 20 minutes at the end and then just get to go to the buffet afterwards. But I might be playing a lot of the match. Yeah. Shoulder can also be thank you, I believe, if I'm not wrong. So it's a little bit of a bit of a mixed one, how it can pretty much be a lot of things thrown into one. It's going to be a free kick to the Stormers there at scrum time. Looks like Marnie Lebok will now kick it downfield. And Benetton deserve all the praise. They have a great setup and bringing some good Italian youngsters through. There's Fleshin. Let's kick downfield. That was silly from Marnie Lebok. It was really weird for Lebok. I think there was a free kick for the Stormers. It might have just been in their 22. Maybe that's why he kicked it out on the full. But either way, they are still going to be defending here, the Stormers. Ollie Woodburn, wide pass out to Jack Noel. This will test out the knee because he's just tried to step again. Oh, that won't feel nice. I think he's going to be struggling big time to be able to get up after that one. Now short to Sam Simmons on the right-hand side. A little bit of a counter-ruck there from Sinatla, causing a nuisance of himself. Christ Chinza gets the ball now for the Exeter Chiefs. They have had all the possession so far. Knock on there from the Stormers. And it's going to now be the scrum. Well, once again, Marnie Lebok with the side steps. Says Blues Nate. And by that sentence, I assume Farnell is my family or tribe. Yep. Yeah, Farnell normally family. I think it can be tribe as well, though. I feel like a couple of the other fellas like Nazi might be able to help me out with that one. And Stores, I know I will not be disappointed as Sharks in this one, says Barry. Well, the Stormers come in as favourites for this contest, whereas in the last game, the Sharks came in as underdogs. So in a way, if the Stormers lose, it will be a little bit more weighted, I guess you could say, than if they did lose, or if the Sharks lost, if that makes sense, because they did come in supposed to win. Tribe is Wakapapa or Iwi. Iwi's probably the one that I've heard more of from school. Not to be confused with Kiwi, which is a small bird. There you go. And Gareth, if we send our women bots to Eden Park to play the ABs, are they going to complain, says Roloff. And I watched Benetton Traviso in the 90s, and a lot has changed there. John Kerwin had great success playing there, says Kerr. That one's gone down on the front row between these two sides again. We're going to have a few scrum disruptions for the first little while. And F or WH is pronounced. Okay, so Farnell is family, and or it's a little bit different because we almost say it like Waka for that case, but Farnell. So it's a bit different, isn't it? So Farnell compared to Waka. Why is that the difference? Not sure. Flightless Bird says Karma Peach. Or Karma Peach. I always read that wrong, don't I? Shocking for that. Cross kick. Goes straight to Damien Valimza. Finds the offload now to Ruanel. The Exeter Chiefs may have just given the Stormers the first attacking chance that they need in this contest. Big shot put in there on Ben Jason Dixon. Now back in behind. Great rush defense there from the Exeter Chiefs. And he has managed to slap that ball back. Stephen Kitsoff trying to get to it. Ball sits up. If they can get it away to Sinutla, it's a knock on though. Picked up by the Exeter Chiefs. That was close for the Stormers. They are inside of their own 22. And wrestled down there, Tom Wyatt. And Sol just decides to slow that one down. And there's going to be a penalty. In fact, rather than the scrum. Exeter Chiefs just getting a little bit loose there, I guess you could say. They allowed the opposition back into it. I've always regarded Rory Burns as a bloody idiot. So glad that today he proved me right. Says Sebastian. Yeah, that one. Says Nate there. That one has gone into touch, though, now just inside of their own territory, the Exeter Chiefs. It's the cross kick attempt, but Damien Valimza saw it coming from a mile away. And created that chance. Line out throw now, Dan Frost. Get this one right, which he does. Straight enough. Oh, loose ball. It's gone backwards. Almost kicked out of the hands of Beckinsale. Off to the right-hand side. Big shot from Franz Malharova. Right, rolling it back. Looks like it is going to be the box kick opportunity, maybe. No, instead they are going to go with a couple more phases first. Bloody hell. Could have had 20 overs to bowl, says Gareth there. Ball pops out the back. Nine has been told to use it by Matthew Ranell. Now waiting for this one to come down. Gone straight through the hands of Hudson Berg, and it sits up for the Exeter Chiefs, but Joseph Weber manages to strip the ball away, and now the Stormers in position 40 metres out from their own line. Big shot being put in on Ben Jason Dixon. Counter ruck there from the Exeter Chiefs. The turnover is clean. Stormers trying to fight for it to get it back, but it will be available for the home side now. Out the back, and Henry Slade having to play halfback. Now the Stormers rushing up again, and that seems to be a great tactic at the moment. It's working well because Chiefs being slightly hesitant with how they pass the ball on the outside. Sam Simmons using some of that footwork that he has, tackled by Ernest van Reenen, who's doing a backwards roly-poly, something I was never able to do back at school. I don't know why. Forward roly-polies were all right. Backwards roly-poly, physical-wise, just didn't happen. Now that's going to be a good inside ball to Sinutla, nailed in the tackle, though. I believe that would have been Janis Kirsten, sorry. 40 metres out from their own line. Looks like Herschel Yankees will be rolling it back. I love Stormers games deep languages. We love you, H, says Roloff. And also, I know that's not languages, not quite anyway, but that's a hard word to say at 5 a.m. in the morning. Nicely taken by Tom Wyatt again. Now Sam Skinner going to the left-hand side. Wide ball to Ollie Woodburn. Now the space starts opening up. Ernest van Reenen thought that he was going to be able to catch him. Damien Valimza also felt that same thing. He just got a bit greedy with it. In the end, Woodburn, all they needed was one more pass, and it could have been try time for the Chiefs. But now, kicked him behind. It's open. Taken there by Tom Wyatt. And that will be the first try of the match for the Exeter Chiefs. Quite possibly not the last. And ex-Warriors boy Solomon Kata for the Chiefs. There's Blues Nate. We do have quite the job to do tomorrow to hold out, but if we can, or if it comes to a draw, it's going to be due to Burns' captaincy as well. And go the Stormers for Limza, move your butt. Hamish, greetings. I'm home at last. Need to drink something and chew a chocolate. What is Easter? Well, it's coming up to. Has it been Easter? I don't even know. I know that it's like an Easter weekend at the moment, but we stream most weekends, so I kind of get lost in terms of the dates. If Isaac hadn't come down this weekend, I wouldn't even realized it was Easter until you guys mentioned it in the chat. And kata kata. Now that means something. Kata kata. Oh, that That means, because I say kutahi tonu kata kata. That means just kidding, because I go for the high five homa e rema, but you don't give them one. And come on, the Stormers, the whole of South Africa can't come back down to earth on 1 week, says Gareth. And Marina Nazi, Gareth and gang, brought myself into a coma working. Good try, well. That says Roof, and Roof says Roloff. Now, lining up this kick, it will be Joe Simmons. Try and get the first points on the board for the Exeter Chiefs. Off the kicking tee, that is. Howdy, Roof. And the kick is good. That will now make the score 7-0 in favour of the Exeter Chiefs, the home side, over the Stormers. But the Stormers won't be too worried about that. They've had one moment where they almost broke through the line, and that is pretty much their only attack that they have had so far throughout this matchup. So they'll still have quite a quiet confidence about them in this game, the Stormers, knowing that when they get a bit more position, that's when their turn will come to try and score some big points on the board. Be kicked off long. Nicely taken by the Exeter Chiefs inside of their own 22 that time. I believe it was Henry Slade off the left boot, goes down to Damien Williams on the halfway line. And Mahi bad, rugby good, no Mahi, says Kerr there. And we'll be visiting a friend in Blenheim in a few weeks. First trip to New Zealand. Can't wait, going to catch a game or two, says Devin Mark. So hopefully you do enjoy it. Going to Blenheim, I guess you might be able to catch the Crusaders or the Highlanders, perhaps, might be the first one you get to see. Kata kata means laughing, I think, says Blues Nate there. And Mrs. Carter says Gareth be kicked in a touch. Another penalty going against the Stormers in this one, but currently 15 minutes in, and they have had probably, I would say, 30 seconds of possession, whereas 15 minutes of possession has gone to the home team, the Chiefs. And 3 penalties so far against the Stormers, although that throw was wonky. So it's nicely claimed now by Stormers side. Joseph De Weber. Good low tackle made on him by Joe Simmons. Oh, Herschel Yankees tries to throw the pass, and it does end up hitting one of his forwards in the head. Marty Lebok under a lot of pressure, dragged down. Now thought about going around the side of the breakdown. Doesn't work too well. Scott Seo almost able to hold him up into a rolling ball scenario. Also, we have got there. You seem to have a twisted sense of humour. No sex, please. We're British. How is you doing a sterling job there? Says Roof. I'm back across now. Jack Knoll. I'm going to break the line almost through. Oh, he's still going. No one decided to take him down. DJ Gareth, Torino Mari, Roof. Not bad. He's learning. Says Blues now. I feel like it's kind of like me learning Afrikaans. How we know a couple little bits, but nothing huge for a start until repetition. That's the main thing. It's also, I guess, the life lesson of most things. If you want to get better at something, you just got repetition. Keep on doing it. Now, Beckinsale goes across again to Giannis Kirsten. 5 phases again for the Exeter Chiefs. Good short ball. Rush defence there from the Stormers. When they get it right, they're dangerous. But when they get it wrong, they can get themselves penalised for being offside. Hudsonberg now making the tackle. That was Sean O'Brien. Now, nice carry from Johnny Gray and saying, I'm still learning Afro lingo. Says, it was there from Nate. The penalty this time goes the way of the Stormers. I don't know why I sneeze all the time at night time. Like, where's the pollen? No pollen around in the room. Solomon Kata. I was not bad in the Warriors. Improved at the Storm, though. Now more consistent footy player, says Nazi Williams. And now it will be Money Lebok. Left boot. Kicks this one into touch, almost onto the roof at Sandy Park. And Afrikaans is lekker. And I know that means good, I believe. I wonder if my eyes are so bloodshot because I have sneezed so much. Hard to say. Another like being behind on the scoreboard to get one as into gear. Come on, the Stormers. Just a Dweber now on the 22, throwing the line out and not core. Marvin Ori, he almost had the juggle but managed to regather it just before he reached the ground. Now the rolling ball starts for the Stormers. Creeping forward metre by metre. I believe there's about 4 Exeter Chiefs players who had to leave that one, but they did use it beforehand. Charged down by the Exeter Chiefs. That was brilliantly done because that was going to be a cross-kick attempt now. stolen in the breakdown. Penalty goes the way of the Exeter Chiefs. Exeter Chiefs. Sad about the Sharks, says Ernest. And I was not, was awful to learn that language, says Gareth. And I was sad about the Box. Or sorry, sad about the Sharks, says Ernest. And yeah, it is a shame. Hopefully the Stormers, I mean, if they end up winning this game, they keep the South African sides alive in the URC, or not the URC, the Champions Cup. But if they do lose, then there will be no teams from no teams from South Africa in the semi-finals. Let's go the Stormers. Fire up, boys. Here's Blues, Nate. Yeah, just showing there. Damian Willemse are looking for the offload. Joe Simmons did enough. And Aussie made history for the first team to qualify. Now history for the first loss. So let's go Chiefs. I think the Stormers win. Let's go. Now short ball to the halfway line again. Exeter still continuing their attacking ways. They've only scored one try so far throughout this matchup. Ball rush defense again. Seems to be the tactic, although they definitely want Dion Farid back for the jackals that he offers in the breakdown. He is phenomenal at that. Yes, sad for the Sharks. Mrs. Sharks said nope. Here's Nate. Now Joe Simmons kicks it in behind, seeing the space. This is looking like a 50-22, and it certainly is. Brilliant kick there from the Exeter Chiefs. They need to make the most of this extra pressure that they've been able to create. It's all well and good getting themselves multiple chances, but if you can only convert one of said chances, that's going to be a little bit of a problem because you do need more. You need to get those points on the board, and then at least that way you're adding scoreboard pressure, not just physical pressure. I hope I'm the only Chiefs fan in your chat. Says Aiden. Yeah, I think there's a lot of Stormers supporters in attendance. Definitely because with the Sharks missing out, I feel like a few Shark supporters have now said, if our South African side can't do it, we want the other South African side to be able to get through. Kirsten now available again for the Exeter Chiefs, slamming it down on the turf. First Afrikaans I was taught by an ex-girlfriend, says Kerr, and I was like, got to get rid of you then, says Ernest, and the Stormers by 7. There's a prediction, but now the Exeter Chiefs once again, very good position on the field, going across to the left-hand side. That was to Jenkins, round the side, Jack Knoll. He reaches out and scores a try. That's another one for the Exeter Chiefs, and that will make it 14-0 now in favour of what were the underdogs, but I have a feeling now they won't be. That is going to be a second try in 21 minutes for the Exeter Chiefs. I say Aiden DV, fair play to you. There's flesh of a Jack Knowles, 6th Heineken Cup try in 36 appearances. Don't say that, Hamish. There's Gavin, thanks, Fleshin. I was like, God, not the Stormers. There's Barry Green there. Stephen Marks has got the laughing face. Yeah, I feel like it's probably something not too great, is it? Jags is an interesting one. At 50% of the time, it works every time. Let's go. That kick is successful. Now 14 points to 0 in favour of the Exeter Chiefs. This has been a brilliant start to the match. The Stormers just haven't really been able to find their rhythm as of yet. And soon they're going to have to find it, because if they find themselves down by 3 converted tries, this might just be too much of a mountain to climb early on. But for this game, the Stormers now $3.30 underdogs. Exeter Chiefs $1.30 favourites. For anyone wondering, a poor English side is beating crap out of top South African side. Says Michael, and if the Chiefs win, Hamish will do the Curry Cup. That is not true. No, because I should probably sleep because it's 7s tomorrow. We've already been up for about 20 hours, which is stock standard on a weekend, to be fair, isn't it? And geez, moving, come on the Stormers, full grease lightning. There's Blues, Nate, and of course, any South Africa team, I expect the Bulls, or accept the Bulls. There's Gareth. Oh, kicking downfield again. My cats are moaning for food. They missed me today. They can eat like lions. There's Roof there. We had a cat on our roof the other day. I was wondering what the noise was, so I went out to check the decking, and it was like on top of the roof, walking around. I could see its silhouette. Oh, Passing out the back line, through again. Here comes Henry Slade, just needs the kicking. Oh, he's kicked it into touch. It's curled out though. Sam Simmons will be disappointed. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I was trying to get it shorter. I think it was what we heard there from Henry Slade. Funny enough, South African girlfriend I had when I got my Maori tiki tattoo in Auckland. There's here there. 22 metres out. Now going to be a line out for the Stormers, but they are under pressure. That's the best way of putting it there. Already 24 minutes down. This game's flying by. Oosh. Says Nate. And also, hopefully, Lions aren't hungry later. Says Kerr. Looks like some sort of injury here, maybe for Diamani, I think it is. I've decided Exeter might win. No. Says Roof there. Joseph Dua throws the ball in. 25 metres out from their own line. It looks like it will be Herschel Yankees. Oh, it's been kicked forward by a couple of the teammates. Herschel Yankees just trying to get it out the back, and it keeps on hitting feet and hitting thighs and all sorts. Now puts the high kick up down towards the halfway line. Jack Knoll doesn't take it cleanly, so it's going to be the knock on. We'll go back for the scrum too early. Stormers will get fired up. Says Ernest. Catalans are winning just by the 2 in the Super League. Says Aidan. That is a competition that I haven't got to see too much of throughout this season. Stormers will come through. Says Bernito. You think they're just trying to get their odds up on the TAB so people can make more money when they manage to make their comeback? Sounds like a Harlequins tactic, doesn't it? They always find themselves down by a lot but come back to win the games. Unless it is up against the Stormers, which was their opposition in the round of 16. They weren't able to come back for that one. Herschel Yankees now. Nope, not going to put the ball in. There's going to be a free kick now for the Stormers. They will more than likely take on the option of a scrum again. Bit of an early push. Franz Malaharova, the big man. Hard to go head-to-head with. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm sorry about that, Seb. I wasn't sure if you were here, so I thought I'd quickly sneak that in. But I said they win some of their games, most of their games that they come from behind. It's just not the most recent one. I've been vocal how bad the Prem level is. I'm going to have to hide for a week, and I want fat, slow Lions later. On that, can't chase any Glasgow players. Yeah, hopefully Glasgow do all right, or else I will feel bad. And Azrael just texted me. He said he got this. Says Nazi Williams. He's got a big fight coming up against Pereira. I think there's some massive ones earlier on in that card, though. That will now become the penalty in favour of these Stormers. But yeah, you've got those big fights like Gilbert Burns versus Jorge Masvidal. Calvin Gastelum's on the prelims. Kevin Holland versus Ponzinibbio. A few other big ones scattered throughout there. Glasgow going to win the URC, says Gareth there. That will make Kerr very happy to hear, Gareth. Money Leboch now kicks it downfield. Oh, doesn't find touch though. Would have been 5 metres out from the line, but did end up blowing it. Kicks it straight back down the middle of the field. Now 15 metres out from the line. Damien Valimza trying to get through 1. Gets through 2. It's dragged down by the 3rd. From which country is Exeter? They are English, so they do take part in the Gallagher Premiership. Now, 35 metres out. Money Leboch, quick hands to Dan Duplessis and Nutler. Not a lot of space for him down the wing, and he has ripped down, knocked the ball on the ground as well. Yeah, Tyler Wong said hello, by the way, Nazi Williams. There's Nate. And also, no, don't hide, stand loud and proud, amigo. And Hamish is making me yawn. I know, are we going to sleep like babies later? What happened to the other matches I missed, Hamish? What happened in the other ones? So, matches you have missed. The earlier game, the Sharks lost up against the side Toulouse. Sevens-wise, we know the top 8. And the sevens, it's going to be New Zealand versus Great Britain. South Africa missed out on the top 8 of the sevens. They will be playing in the 9th place quarterfinal, and they'll be up against Ireland. Uruguay made it through. France made it through. Fiji, Samoa, Argentina, and Australia. All the other sides have made it through. If they keep their cool, they have a tendency to choke, as can be seen in the last few years. But the ball's fed in. Oh, the Exeter Chiefs now carries made. We're seeing over double from the Chiefs compared to their opposition, the Stormers. Henry Slade goes to the left boot. It's going to be curving towards. Oh, no. Damien Valimza. He had the ball in his hands, almost then kicked it into touch all by himself, kicking it backwards. It's not your day. It's not your day. And at the moment, the Stormers need to try and make it their day. What happens here? He tried to grab the ball. It just was an awkward bouncing on, and then he just booted it into touch accidentally. What a dreamer guy I am. Now, Ollie Woodburn breaks. It's another try for the Exeter Chiefs, and that one, unfortunately, has to go against Damien Valimza. I think this Premier has a bunch of owners heading to the pawn shop. Says Kerr, and also Blitzbox are really sucking lately, says Roof, and Irish and Kiwis are the best, says Karma. That is another try. 30 minutes down. 3 tries for the Exeter Chiefs. Oh, no, says Barry there. And also, we're the only people I rate the Prem are Fetty Good and Slim Jim. Also, Dan says Barry, and also I'm not dissing on Pants League, though. Insider joke, sorry, and Overspinner now in trouble, says Kerr. Yeah, because they've already lost 2 of their top sides, haven't they? From the overspending. But that is another try scored against the Stormers. Oh. Are they going upstairs for this? Is that what I'm hearing? I don't think it is, though. I think they are going to be saying, yep, I think that is going to stay as the try. What is Valimza doing? Is he doing ballet? Well, he even struggled if he was doing ballet. He looked very sloppy on the feet, unfortunately for him. But Woodburn scores 21 points to 0 now in favour of the Exeter Chiefs. I wonder whether or not there is a comeback from here for the Stormers. They're currently only $4.60 underdogs, though, for this game. So that just says that they feel there is a chance that a comeback's just around the corner. Oh, the Stormers, but they're going to have to do it soon. Nicely taken by Jack Knoll. Trying to step his way through. Marvin already gets him around the chest. Drags him down on his own 22. Now Beckinsale across again, but this is not the result the Stormers at all we're looking at. Beckinsale gets it back. Puts the ball up high. It should be drifting and to touch. Yes, it does. Doesn't go hugely outside of the 22, but about 30 metres out now. Stormers will have themselves the line out in the form of Joseph Weber. And also we get the I hope you're all well. Go the Chiefs, says Scrumless. Getting off to a great start. Just check the predictors. 80% think the Stormers going to win. Thanks for coming north. There's Gamma's bed. Boo hiss. That's going to be another free kick. And this time it's actually to the Exeter Chiefs. And it was a Stormers line out. What's wrong with South Africans, says Fisher. Them, they just haven't quite found their rhythm in this game yet. And it's costing them dearly because little mistakes that they've been making has now led to them giving up possession multiple times. Pupilotu are to score first later. And Glasgow by 12-16. That's my prediction. Lock it in, Hamish, says Kerr. Have to keep it in mind, won't we? Good evening, Scrumley's Audi. And this is what happens when the Box let their best players go to Japan, says Alex Naismith. Be nicely taken by Wyatt. Oh, another penalty goes the way of Exeter Chiefs. Dan Duplessis not rolling away in time. And Stormers should stay on the field during half time to get a couple of points. Just poor, says Stephen Marks. So Stormers look like a bunch of directionless twits today. I think Exeter are going to win. Exeter are going to win, says Ruth. And I think if you're Exeter here, you don't take on the 3. Oh, why are you taking on the 3 points? Don't get me wrong. I can see that they want to get that little bit more of a lead, make it 24 rather than 21. But if I was Exeter here, you kick for the corner. Because that way you keep that extra pressure building. Stormers have been making handling errors. They've been making little mistakes, giving away advantages. That's when you get them right down near their try line so that it leads to a yellow card. But going to take on the kick. They think he's striking them all right here. Sam Simmons and Kerr. I think that game's going to be a 70%, or sorry, a 70-point game after last week's games. I'm thinking 38-32. Now, Joe Simmons, if he misses this and they didn't take on the corner, I would probably do a little chuckle to myself. He missed. He. But it's just a weird decision to make. You're all over them. Why wouldn't you keep on applying that pressure? Try and make it 28 points to nil rather than 24. Yankees now going to be kicking it downfield. I think it will be one extreme or the other. Says Kieran. Thanks, Nate. Keeping up the positivity. I'm eating chocolate. I've been watching Stormers at the moment, says Roof. And who's the front three for the Stormers? It is Stephen Kitsoff, Joseph Weber, and also Franz Maharaba. Time wasting, Hamish. I guess so, but it's weird, isn't it? I would have thought, like, by the time they took the line out and, like, kicked it into touch and everything, it would have used up plenty of time as well. That's going to be a knock-on from the Exeter Chiefs, and now the Stormers have got themselves a scrum. Congrats on 23K subs, Hamish. Well, the Kiwi lads says scrum less. Thank you very much. We still are unsure what we are doing for any of our specials. We were going to do a reacting to old videos at 20,000, but sadly the hard drive went boom. So that's no longer available. Keep the clock on the scoreboard ticking over, says Kerr there. And Spicy Plum looks angry, as you would be. They're 21-0 down in a game they came in as $1.30 favourites, or $1.50 favourites, I believe it was. But yeah, it hasn't gone too well for them so far. Already 35 minutes down. No emoji, says Grumless. We could add something, maybe. It's whether or not we take away the Christmas or the Halloween one. Which one are we closer to? I guess Christmas has to wait, doesn't it? Three Stooges in the front row for the Stormers today. I put Michael Jackson on field as Stormers substitute now, says Ruth. Another reset will use up a bit more time on the clock. The Stormers can score themselves 23,000 burpees. So I'd struggle with 23, to be honest. Like, it's lucky you had that added on thing about the A to Z naming players, because getting through 30 of those, there's no show. Even getting through 15 was hard enough. But it was good fun in a way, because I guess it gets me exercising while doing streams as well. Either one, or either way, one of my emojis goes, yeah. True. Unless we get rid of a cricket one. But the Ashes is coming up. I'm sure we can find one to get rid of, though, at some point. We just have to put yours on a shirt, Sebastian. I don't know why I winked just then. It's the late night. It's 5 a.m. I feel like my eyes are telling the story of how long I've been awake for. So they are calling men across now for Beck and Sal. All right. Scott CO with the Gary. Are the cricketers mine too? Is it? Oh, no. You both did well, says Kerr. Yeah, I ended up flopping like a fish at one point, but I managed to get there in the end. That's the main thing. Mani Lebok hit hard in that tackle. And the Stormers are playing more like a mild southeaster blowing in the wind. Says Miles. Yeah, they haven't quite found it yet. But if they score a try right now, Mani Lebok just loses his footing. If they score a try before halftime, they're 2 converted tries away from getting back into it, which is a lot better than being 3 converted tries down. Score a try, Stormers, says Barry. And also, we have got the fart in the wind, says Michael. 2 minutes remaining. Come on, Marnie. There's Nate. Round the side again. Getting wrestled down. Is it going to be a turnover in the breakdown? I don't think so. I'm going to the right. Mani Lebok sold the dummy. Now having a bit of a step around as well. Be taken down. Hopefully the voice doesn't disappear. That would be unfortunate with tomorrow. And Stormers look like a warm summer breeze instead of a hurricane. That was loose for a second for the Exeter Chiefs. Nicely picked up by Joe Simmons. Now gone over the head of Damien Valimza. who has to wait for this one to finish bouncing to then fire it across to Mani Lebok, who had a huge amount of pressure on him. Jack Noel keeps it in the field of play, tries to step, got himself trapped there, throws it off, gives the interception to Mani Lebok. That was very poor from Jack Noel, but great work there from Tom Wyatt to get over the ball and win the penalty for the Exeter Chiefs. Definitely having some fun now, our dog. Wait, I'm definitely having more fun now. Our dog had to be put down yesterday and everyone is depressed about it. I thank goodness for this chat and the positive vibes, says Scrumless. Yeah, so sorry to hear about your dog, Scrumless. You do go for the Exeter Chiefs, don't you? So that is one good thing that is happening at the moment for you. At least they are playing well this contest, and you're getting to see plenty of tries being scored. There's an injury here. Uh-oh, that was an Exeter Chiefs player. Michael Jackson Thriller, yeah, says Roof. That's how I imagine you type that. There you go, MSQ lads. Says Scrumless. Currently 5:10 a.m. here in New Zealand. The sun will be coming up soon. That'll be nice. Only 7 degrees Celsius. I'm still wearing shorts. Kick downfield from the Exeter Chiefs. Franz Maharba already making 11 tackles, they've said. Oh, so yeah, the Chiefs are my mother's favourite team. So she's on the moon right now, says Scrumless. All going to the front, just travelling the 5 metres. Christ Chinza in there to let it go. Now, back across again, it will be Kirsten. That'll be the 40-minute siren. Do they have one last attack before they do reach half-time? I think they've... Oh, he's cut back on the inside, though, Johnny Gray. Didn't see the men opening up on the outside. Out to the left. Kirsten charges. Taken down, tackled by Marvin Ore. Wins the penalty for the Stormers there, though. So the question is, do they take half-time and go in 21-0 down, or do you try and get themselves another chance? Looks like they're going to go for another chance here. So you wonder if maybe the Chiefs should have just kicked this ball out. Also, we have got there, hopefully this Kiwi Lads Madness acts as medicine. It's Sebastian. And also we have that there. They will, I'm sure, says Ernest. And also thank you, brother. It definitely is. Says Grumlass in there as well. I am sorry for being half asleep. I feel like I look like I'm high off my chops at the moment, but I think it's because we recorded a gaming video. Me, Isaac, and George, we played a game for about an hour and a half, and I spent the whole time staring at the screen like this. So, like, it was one of those ones that I was, let's go on Ernest Van Reenen going forward. But yeah, one of those games that you can't blink for because or else then you feel like you're going to miss something. And Rako has kicked into touch. That's going to be half-time 21-0. Great commentary as per usual. Hamish, busy game and nothing wrong with coming down to earth. Reminds us we are only human, says Rako. And there as well. And that's the thing. The Stormers will be back in the URC. Like, they'll have plenty of big matches. The thing is, though, the rule of thumb is always if a team can score a certain number of points in one half, your team can score that amount in the second. Geez, beat the Hurricanes. Woohoo, eh? Says Roof. So I'm just having a long chat with Matthew Reno there. I wasn't too happy with some of the decisions throughout the first half. And also 10 out of 10 out of 10 from Scrumless. You know, we did those push-ups on stream the other day for the challenge. It was very hard to get my arms up to where they are. I was already up there. You can go to bed now. Hamish game over. No, we can't leave them. It's not the sinking ship. It's not completely down yet. We got our paddles. We got our buckets. We're scooping out the water for the Stormers, but they're currently making it very difficult. I feel like every time we think that we're getting the water out of that boat, the Stormers just come in with a stick and just poke some more through by letting Exeter score more points. It seems I was wrong. I thought Stormers would run away with this. However, very wrong I was. Says, well, how very wrong I was. Says, Anthony, Sebastian Snoop Dogg is fabulous. What about Scooby-Doo? Scooby-Doo is awesome as well. I'm not even embarrassed to say this. About maybe 6 months ago, I tried to find Scooby-Doo episodes on YouTube. See if I could remember them the same as I used to watch them, but they're hard to find. Old Scooby Doo. Is it on Disney Plus? Because I haven't got Disney Plus, but if I had Scooby Doo, I would slightly consider. Also, Memphis Shore, Sebastian, all the dogs are going wild. That's where I'd pick to go. Bloody love Scooby Doo, says Sebastian. And that dog got defunct or G-Funk era banging up there. Sorry about your loss, Aranui, says Nate there. Now halftime in this contest between the two sides, like I mentioned, a lot more one-sided than they would have liked by a large amount. Scooby-Doo was always my favourite 10 out of 10. He was always ready to fight. Although also, smart man because he was always ready to run as well. You know, you got to make sure that you're ready to run, but you're ready to, I was about to say snipe. That's not what he did. He didn't have a sniper, which is probably fair enough. I feel like having a sniper is a risky bit of business. You know, it's one of those things that you can't really have when you've got a dog, because the dog has paws, not hands. And Scooby-Doo, I held a sandwich though, didn't he? Shockingly poor game compared to the Toulouse match, says Joseph. In terms of one-sidedness, yes. Very one-sided at the moment. Storm forecast isn't good right now. There's Blues and A. And yeah, they're going to need something big in the second half to have any chance. And yeah, Hamish Sebastian Scooby-Doo rocks big time. I love that full feature movie. His voice in Shaggy is hilarious, says Ruth. It's got Rowan Atkinson in it, doesn't it? One of the Scooby-Doo movies. How they go to that island. I just showing a replay of New Zealand versus Argentina in the sevens. Perhaps that could be something that we see in the near future. 8 teams have been confirmed in the games tomorrow that we are covering. It is going to be Ireland versus South Africa. That is outside of the top 8, though. It is Samoa versus Uruguay, Fiji versus France, New Zealand versus Great Britain, and Argentina versus Australia. Those are the 4 quarterfinal games. We are hoping to cover the majority of them on the channel, and then we are going to have our gap of... My phone's still dead. I forgot about the fact that I hadn't put it on charge, but we're going to have a gap of about 3 hours, and then it's straight into the semi-finals, which are taking place in the evening. We'll be covering those, and then of course the finals in the evening after that we'll be covering as well. And also, sorry for your loss. Hugs, art and love to you and your family, says Kerr there as well. I don't know what the Stormers did worse in that half in terms of handling or penalties against them. You know, as an adult, I'm quite disappointed that Shaggy doesn't live up to his name. Maybe not in the Scooby-Doo series. Maybe if you found like a parody of it, you might be able to see something else. It looks like Stormers look like Mr. Bean at the train station. I don't know which platform the train is at. They're at the bus station, says Ruth. But yeah, they just seem like at the very start of the game, they had the first 10 minutes, it was close. Both sides going back and forth, bit of a seesaw. And then after that, it just seemed to be that, like the Exeter Chiefs, they had some very good moments, of course, to help them get towards a nice 21-0 lead. But the Stormers still had times where they could have tried to shut it down maybe a bit better, which sounds harsh, but I think they'll certainly look at that first half as one that they weren't happy with, one that they need to try and improve on. I was like, cheers from Johannesburg, says Peter there. Yeah, 21-0 at the moment. The last South African side in the Champions Cup. So for them to win this game would be massive. For the South Africans, they are currently coming in as $8.50 underdogs. La Rochelle, they will be playing Saracens tomorrow at 2 a.m. New Zealand time, ladies and gentlemen. I knew you would say that. It's Shaggy Singer. Shagadelic, like Austin Powers. There's Ruth. I've seen one Austin Powers movie, I believe. Going back to movies that Hamish has not seen, which is pretty much all of them. Other than the fact that now you guys know I've seen the Scooby-Doo movies, but I haven't seen the ones that are like Oscar nominated. Oscar nominated is what word is I was trying to say there. I'm looking rough. I look like I've like sniffed about 15 flowers in a row. We're all good though. It's not that bloodshot. I feel like as long as I can still see out them, they are fine. Austin Powers, haven't heard that name in years. Losing my dog was harder than losing my ex-wife. Not sure how that reflects on me. Says Kerr. Well, it's a different kind of loving, isn't it? For a dog compared to an ex-wife. Bra scored the try for Argentina. They are showing the highlights. I think that was the game that Argentina almost fired back, wasn't it? They might have been able to beat New Zealand in that game. And way out. Are the Stormers coming out of the rain a lol? Says Nuzzy Williams. I was going to hell, but it's warm there. And I'm sure I'll know people. And don't worry, still looking like a movie star. Cheers. Has that movie star started taking drugs like most of them? Although that's not really a thing anymore, is it? That was more of an old school movie star thing. That's kind of slightly gone out now, gone out of fashion. Yeah, it's the LA 7. So I think that was the one that New Zealand actually beat Argentina for. And yeah, baby, Austin Powers, says Nate. Because how many Austin Powers movies were there? There was that one with Gold Finger, Gold Member, Gold something. There's a gold one. Was that the original Austin Powers? Or was that a different one? The Spy. There's one about a spy who shagged him or something. So there must be three. There are three Austin Powers movies? Something like that. We'll go with that anyway until we are proven otherwise. 3 or 4, says Scrumless. Yeah, somewhere around there. In that middle section of numbers. Yeah, I can't think of any other. Nope, you're like Clint Eastwood kicking ass in the Western cowboy movies. You need a horse, says the roof. That can probably be arranged. And also the one with Beyonce, Foxy, Cleopatra was my favorite. Is that Gold Member? I think it was, wasn't it? Maybe. And a spy who shagged me. I was the first, I believe, says Anthony. Imagine calling your first movie The Spy Who Shagged Me. Like, I feel like that's bold, but it worked, I guess you could say, because they did all right, didn't they? But yeah, like call it that as your very first crack. Like, that's brave. Kiwis, they are just showing them celebrating the LA Sevens. They want to do that again in Singapore. And it was, I think that was a different website. I think as a challenge that gives Scarlett a giggle in honor of her pup, Hamish needs to go down with dog yo-yo pose and hold it for 5 seconds, says Kerr. Ooh, the hammies will go. I mean, I could almost get down there, maybe. Maybe. Do we have some sort of light goal or something? Like, goal of some sort. It's a big stretch. I'm already halfway there. I just got to reverse it. Go down on the front, innit? And no, hey, good spy. It seems like a reasonable enough challenge, says Kerr. And 3, I think. And that stupid look with those glasses and the blue crushed velvet suit, says Ruth. Oh, so please do not encourage him, Ruth. And also, it was an or was it International Man of Mystery? I would think that one would be first and then the shagging one after. Just because or else then, like, calling your first one something about shagging's risky business, you know? And I just looked it up, mate. International Man of Mystery was the first, Spy Shaming second. I read that one twice. Then Gold Member, says Kerr, for that one as well. So there's just the 3 movies. Maybe it should be the good boy challenge. All he has to do is lay down and take a nap. I'll be good at that. I'll be real good at that. Although I don't know where I would lie down on the floor. Like my bed at the moment, the worst thing is I know that I've got things in the way of my bed. Like I did one of the live streams early on for the Sevens from my bedroom. So there's a bedside table with a laptop and a microphone and everything that I'm going to have to sort out before going to sleep. Once I sort that out, then she's going to be all good. out of anything now or anything right now is more entertaining than the Stormers at the moment. This coffee tastes like it's because it is. Remember that line from Austin Powers. I feel like I have to, well, maybe not rewatch those first. I'd have to watch movies that I'm supposed to be watching, like the ones that you guys have told me are good that I've missed out on. And Teletubbies was my favorite. Tinky Winky, Dipsy, La La, and Poe. Also, we have got there. Kiwi lads have excelled today with challenges and audience participation has been good too. Naps all round, says Kerr. Imagine if you accidentally fell asleep before the Lions game, Kerr, up against Glasgow. And then you wake up and it's like 6 hours later and you've missed it. That would be unfortunate. But then also there'd be a slightly funny side to it as well, wouldn't there? And also we have got the Western Province should win later though. When do the Western Province actually play? I'm gonna have a quick Google. Hurry up. Is it later today or tomorrow? Okay, it's today at 6:30, so that's in an hour's time that game is going to be taking place. I'm just looking through at the times, the semi-finals. Ninth place semi-final for the South Africans. More than likely, they will be up against ninth place semi-final, 27 and 28. Go head-to-head. 27 and 28. Their game would be at 7:07, the Springboks, or the Blitzboks Sevens, after, if they win their game. Can we all sleep with Hamish? Not everyone will get that luxury, Hayden, but some lovely people one day will. Also, my bed's not really big enough, unfortunately. Sorry, it's just like, it's only like, well, it's a king single, so you probably fit a few in there, but it's just get a bit cozy. And also maybe the boys are thinking back to back and come on, boys Stormers and fairly odd parents. And this coffee tastes like dirt. It was ground this morning. Anyone name the film? And I mean a sleepover with Hamish. I mean a sleepover with Hamish, says Aiden. As in like everyone's at their house and we all are in a call, I assume you mean? That one? Puff girls should do better or could do better than the Stormers. Right, sounds like the two sides making their way back out onto the field. But yeah, the semi-finals at 8 o'clock tomorrow as well, I should mention. So we will be doing probably a preview for a couple of those matches thrown in there as well. Also getting the donating button ready, says Kerr. That's a risky one though. Sleep, like, because I know it sounds like it's not risky for the same reason that everyone thinks it's risky. Know what I mean? Like, everyone always goes, "Oh, it's because because you're worried about stuff." But I think it's more like you worry that you like talk or something like that, or get up and like move. It would be a kind of interesting one though. Kids shows are awesome and underrated for sure. And also, Hamish, this bed's too big without you. I remember that the Police song, 1990s, or a live stream sleepover. I told you it's a gateway, Hamish. You get in the donation button ready, says Kerr. I would have no idea how much you would donate, Kerr, for a sleepover on a stream. I feel like I wouldn't want to think. I feel like you would literally just go absolutely berserk. Now, Mani Libok kicking us back off. Second half now underway, ladies and gentlemen, in this contest. 14 minutes splitting these two sides from a semi-final, but only one of them will be making their way through. It's going to be available. Told to use it for Beckinsale. Every time they just kick this ball about, every time it goes into touch, every time there's a scrum, uses up that little bit more time. Yes, Scrumless also Power Rangers, utter rubbish, but wonderful. Nice run back here for the Stormers. Damien Valimza running away from the Exeter Chiefs, but now 40 metres out from the Chiefs line. The Stormers with probably one of their best attacking opportunities of the day. Great work from Hudsonberg. Finds the offload to Dan Duplessis, who throws the ball back in field to Herschel Yankees, and he's driven into touch by Ollie Woodburn. Cow and chicken. 10 out of 10. And for pajamas or bananas and pajamas, I will donate. Says the roll off. And if it's a draw, what happens? They go to golden point time, similar to what we saw between Toulouse and Munster last year. And then if it's still a tie at golden point time, then we go to kicking contest pretty much. Come on, the boys. There's Nate. Ball being rolled back now once again by Beckinsale, who's done pretty well as the number 9 in this game for the Chiefs. Kicked high, waiting for this to come down. Nicely taken by Hudsonberg. Got him low around the boot ankles, around the boot laces. Now, Diamani, couple of big fins close to the touchline. Gets himself just in the field of play. Flick on the inside, loose ball. I believe there was Willie Engelbrecht already out there on the field as well for the Stormers. So, making some early changes. Manny Leboch is the best kicker. There's Benito there. Or Benito, sorry, I should say. Available again. Yankees. Going across the bend. Jason Dixon. Kerr, how old are you? I had to watch Cat or Cow and Chicken as well. Currently got Thundercats theme tune in my head. There's Kerr. See, I feel like I missed a lot of good TV shows as well from back in the day. 35. There's Kerr. Kick downfield. Big boot from Woodburn. Making the Stormers have to run it right back, and now outside of the 22. They've taken that one. Another good tackle made on Mani Lebok. Can we have a sleepover stream next weekend, Davis? Probably not next weekend. We'll probably have to be a little bit further in the future. Just a little bit, because I feel like if we were going to do it, you've got theoretically a lot of hours that you want to fill in. So you want to make sure that you've got something to do during said hours, or else then, yeah, you don't want to be sitting here after 5 minutes and be like, it's bedtime. Then it's like, yeah, but it's 7 p.m. Even though I think I could sleep at 7 p.m. if I had to. So how's it working? Would it be just me, or is it like you guys are there too? Or is it on YouTube, or is it on something else? I don't know what it is. Sam Simmons goes across, quick hands out to Ollie Woodburn. Once again, doing very well. Now it looks like they're gonna possibly go with the forwards. What's the Storm in the second half? 36-21. There's Martin. I feel like a He-Man inspired emoji should be available. Says Kerr, and also that's for the Kiwi Lads OnlyFans. Says Crumlays, and I have the power, says Kerr there as well. And I'm hearing a He-Man theme. Who's He-Man? I still remember getting my Morpher buckle in my McDonald's Happy Meal, and I never took it off, even though I didn't have the power coin I wanted. Says Crumlays, and Cow and Chicken loved it. Kick downfield. The Exeter Chiefs ball now. Get themselves one more try. You'd have to say that this game is almost done and dusted for the Stormers, unfortunately. It just hasn't been their day at all. Going to the front, Sam Simmons takes it nicely. Exeter all the way. There's Eddie Andrews there. Now a nice offload. Ollie Woodburn breaking through one. Thought about the offload, but instead will go back to the left. A little bit of a handling error from Wyatt. Just to regather it, though. That's Sam Simmons. You're not stopping him from there. Sam Simmons scores the try. That's another one for the Exeter Chiefs. And that is going to be 28-0 now for Exeter. And who's He-Man? Did you just ask that? I did. We were almost at the same time, depending on delays. Imagine the favourites have 0 points. Says Roof, possibility at the moment, unfortunately for them. The 23rd Heineken Champions Cup try for Sam Simmons in 29 games. That just shows how dangerous he is. Poor Stormers. This is not the URC. This is the big league. There's Blaze. And also we have got their laughing emojis. Now, I'm not too sure. Possibly. I mean, I read that one. Exeter on the way to victory. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a very one-sided affair in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Joe Simmons will be able to aim up the kick. Takes a couple steps back. Puts it over. 34 minutes remaining. The mountain is becoming bigger and bigger. Count the World Cup champs, Blaze. There's Roloff and He-Man and She-Ra. She-Ra? He-Man. I'm trying to think of what he would be. What would He-Man do? Does he sleep? The guy has blonde hair and a cat. Heck. Says Blue's name. Oh, player being picked up there. Is he allowed to pick him up under there? It's being wrestled down now. Believe that ball won't be coming out of there, so it will become a Stormers scrum feed. One more kid show and I'm done. Big goalies. I was my ultimate jam and the power of the universe. Says Roloff. Slade happy enough. So the draw so far that we know is that Leinster are going to be taken on to lose in the next game, and then the Exeter Chiefs, if they win this game, they'll be going on to face Saracens or La Rochelle as their opposition. And they certainly didn't set the field on fire. Shame. What about SpongeBob SquarePants? SpongeBob's a classic, isn't it? I remember my mum spent a lot of time playing the PlayStation 2 SpongeBob SquarePants movie game. I don't think we ever completed it. Fun fact. I said on the commentary now, surely it is beyond the Stormers. I know the Stormers are a great side, but I don't know if they can quite come back into this. They're only $16 underdogs, though, which is crazy because that means that a lot of people still feel they've got a very good chance of starting a comeback at some point. Oh, folks, unfortunately, the sun is shining in Exeter right now. No sign of a storm. I'm abdicated to SpongeBob. Isn't that, or isn't this a rugby tube? Says Roloff. Yeah, abdicated to SpongeBob. Isn't this a rugby tube? So you don't like people talking about SpongeBob, but every other one was fine, I guess. As we go on Discord, says Kerr. Hang on, we'll go like that. Go. Is that who that is? Is that He-Man or whatever his name is? Or is that that's your meme, is it? Addicted. I see. It's so surreal to hear that other people's parents like video games. My family hated video games and never let us play any. They also hated The Simpsons, most TV in general, and breathing. Says Carlos. We used to play Simpsons in a run. That was a fun game. And in the old days, just text, says Nazi. You have a lot of contacts on your phone, Nazi, don't you? Now Exeter Chiefs receiving the kick from Damien Willemse. No, in fact, it does just drift into touch. That's He-Man. See, I've seen him from memes, but I haven't seen him from, like, I wouldn't have been able to name him type thing. Still opposition 22-6 for the Exeter Chiefs. They are still not done yet. Points per visit, 4.7. That one's gone backwards. There's going to be play on. And the big stat here is 4 tries for one team, 0 for the other. Oh, nice low tackle made again. Beckinsale goes off to Scott Seo, used to be at the Brumbies. Penalty goes the way of the Stormers again. Networking, mate. The key, says Nazi Williams. And also we have the new flame, says Ruth. It's Saturday night here, and I'm only looking forward to my duvet and jazz later. Shows how old I'm getting now, and I just go tonight, says Ruth. I can guarantee I won't be discoing tonight, though. Well, that's not true. Well, I won't be going out, but I'll probably still have a disco. Oh, my back just cracked. Stormers still on the park. Yep, they are. They're just really struggling at the moment. Now trying to roll this one forward. Not looking too bad for the Stormers here. 5 meters out from the line. Right, they've started. A chance of a comeback here. Just need to get themselves over the line. They're very close. I think, the Exeter Chiefs If they're giving away, oh, yes, the Exeter Chiefs get themselves the scrum. 5 meters out from the line. The ball just got trapped there. Looks like some sort of relatively serious injury for Johnny Gray, the way he was lying down. I can't believe this game. Yes, it's crazy to see the scoreline because no one before the game that we were like seeing for prediction wise said the Chiefs had a chance. I believe Seb said they're at home, so don't underestimate them. I think that was the closest thing we had to a prediction in favor of the Chiefs. Which way to the try line, off the field, locker room for the Mighty Stormers or 90 Stormers. What an embarrassing thing for South African rugby, says Chuck. Except for me too, says Aiden. Although that is because you go for the Exeter Chiefs, isn't it, Aiden? So that's probably why you were a little bit more in favour of them, I guess you could say. Looks like JJ Kutsa is going to be making his way out onto the field very soon. I love the scoreboard. Bye-bye, Stormers. Blaze. And the sun is burning my eyes. Where's the cloud? Come on, roof. Oh, sorry, come on, refs. And also we have got wrecked. Says it was Scrum Blaze. Nah, roof, loyal to you. I'd never cheat. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? That cute. And roof said about earwolves and whatnot. Are you a Bull supporter, Chuck? Says Roloff. South African fans tuning in today thought they were playing the Rebels or something. Oh, that becomes a penalty for the Stormers. They're 10 meters out from the line. It looks like they will be kicking this one for the corner once again here. And before every match, they are so entitled, says Chuck. JJ Klotsia. They're going to be going for the throw. 5 meters out from the line. Gets it in. Nicely taken by Marvin O'Reilly. This has to be a try. Surely this time. It's going to be dragged down. No, the ball is available at the back. Herschel Yankees goes off to Dan Duplessis. 2 meters out from the line here. Herschel Yankees off to the left. Who's going to get the chance to go over? They just need someone. That's going to be the advantage against Christ Chinza. Fell the wrong way. Hold him back for next week to lose to Mollister Sharks in second gear. Oh, finds the offload. Damien Valenza gets it down. Was it a forward pass or was it not? They say that it wasn't a forward pass, so it is going to be the try. Do they play next week, though? I thought it was that they take about 3 or so weeks off for the Champions Cup and then they come back. So I guess maybe for their next game in the top 14 you're referring to, Chuck, for Toulouse. Also, you are Wales supporter. Figured it out now, says Roloff. And also, newest Stormers kit on the Discord. One moment, we go like this. Is it drizzle? I was looking at it and I was like, that's a nice kit. And then I realized what you had done. And it's still a nice kit. I would wear a kit with that. I might get hit by someone, but it would be a fun kit to wear. And better Dan Zero, true. Comebacks on. 4 converted tries, they're back in this. Exeter might regret taking on that 3 points and missing it. He's a Taffer for sure, says Gareth. Money Libok. I like that they rushed back to then have Marnie Libok take a minute to take the kick just to miss it. That is going to make the score 28 points to 5 favour of Exeter Chiefs. So cutting down on that gap just a little bit, the deficit still going to be 23 points. Damien Williams are 2 Heineken Cup tries in 7 appearances. So hey, says the Blues now. It looks like they are making a couple changes now here. Scott CEO going off the field. That'll be for Cepho Scott. Take a bit of a limp there for Christ Chinza as well. And 27 minutes to go, boys, says roll off. Yeah, for the Exeter Chiefs, it's just about trying to hang on at this point. Maybe get themselves another try. That would really help out. But just don't let the Stormers build up their momentum. They are a side that when they get some momentum, they will keep on going. That's going to be knocked on by Ollie Woodburn. Now Damien Valimza trying to step around the defensive line, ending up running sideways here and getting dragged down. Franz Malharba, that's the first time we've seen him run with the ball. Yandel has come off the field for Exeter, or sorry, on the field, that is for Frost. Also, Abelard Sear has come on the field for Scott Seo, and Gatlin's just lost, says Aidan. 50th game for Ruan now, going to be the end of it now, though. Also, Street has come off the field, that is Marcus Street. Another replacement makes his way out to the park. Loose ball for the Exeter Chiefs. It's going to be called as not straight. Come on, Marnie, says Benito. The scrum feed. The thing is, 4 tries sounds like a huge amount, but it is actually still doable in a half of rugby. Because it only takes you a couple minutes to score. If you can get a couple quick breaks, score 2 tries in the next maybe 10 to 15 minutes, then it's well and truly on for the last 10 if you're the Stormers. But if you are Exeter Chiefs, you just want to get into that 30 column. Did he get the kick? No, he didn't miss it. And the Imani Lebok, so it keeps that score at the 5 points for the Stormers. Nice wide pass out to Sanutla. Kicks it in mine, got plenty of pace. It looks like he's gonna, he almost won that foot race, but it's nicely taken there by Jack Knoll. Wrestled down by Mani Lebok. They've done extremely well there because the Stormers were all over that. Now looking to use a couple of their big forwards. Asking for the turnover penalty. They won't end up getting it. Exeter making a load of changes and turn the screw now. Says Kerr. The ball rolling back. Told to use it. Pickensall kicks it into touch. Or no, he doesn't, sorry. He actually keeps it in the field of play. Now Damien Valimza trying to go through. Good tackle made on him, though. I believe that would have been O'Brien. Cross kick. Goes straight to Dan Duplessis. The tackle made. That was actually Tom Wire. He's doing extremely well. Just making his way into the side. Like, that's the thing. As a replacement for Stuart Hogg, normally you got big boots to fill, but he seems to be filling them not too badly at this point in time. Now, Damien Valimza on the near side, just inside of the 22. And also over there, thanks, Nazi, you're a gentleman. Says Roof and Stormers need to start punching their way back. Says Blues Nate, that is going to be another advantage, and the penalty goes the way of the Stormers. These repeat infringements might not be great for Exeter. And Blues just like that. On a smoke break, cheers, pal. And I was like, by the way, who wins tomorrow, Pereira or Izzy? I feel like Izzy needs to win more because Pereira's beaten him so many times. But then if Izzy wins, then we have another rematch scenario, how those two will have to fight again. So it's like, do you want it to be a trilogy or would you prefer it to be done and dusted in the 2? I'm cleaning out from under my bed. It's crazy under here. Grapefruit soda I lost weeks ago. Also a Buzz Lightyear action figure box. There you go. Anything under the bed is a possibility, isn't it? Some of the stuff you probably didn't even know you had. And also my son asked, how's it going with the bowling job? It's going all right. I've only done a couple days so far. Nothing's really been set in stone as of yet, so there's still quite a bit to do in terms of working out what my role actually is at this point. So I've got a certain contract there, but we're still working out whether or not that is the contract that I should have or not. But yeah, it keeps me busy during the week. I'm also working with Dad during the times that I'm not working at the bowling place. So like I worked with Dad all throughout Monday, shoveling gravel and whatnot, which is why some of you guys would have noticed my hamstring wasn't great yesterday and the day before, but that is why, because it was still recovering from that. Interception for Henry Slade. So yeah, I'm kind of doing 3 jobs at the moment, I guess you could say. Doing YouTube, doing the bowling one, and then doing the building one as well. The only slight downfall of the bowling one is that because it's 30 minutes away, by the time I equate fuel and then taxes, because I get secondary taxed for it, then I'm working for a very low wage. If I get till you make it, says Gavin PR marketing director. I did say to the guy that we could call me that. They want to check this one. Might be a second Stormers try, ladies and gentlemen. The comeback is on. I just want to check this one here. Potential obstruction by the sounds of it there. He just smiles. Says roll off there. Also, we've got there the only punch the Stormers can manage is a fruit punch. Says Roof. Right, was he taken out? Does Kitsoff obstruct him to a position where he can't make that tackle, or does he just get the timing wrong? Also, we have got there, feels like Kiwi Lads challenges are a job in themselves. They're actually my best paying job out of all of them. Is this going to be cancelled out because of Kitsoff's running line? I don't think there's enough there to be able to count as a no try. Oh, it's no try. That's going to be a rough one. Kitsoff will be disappointed. Commentators saying Stormers were a little bit unlucky with that one. They'll feel hard done by in that case because they were close to scoring themselves a try, getting back into the match almost. Try, please. Here's Barry. Clayton Blomekis now making his way out onto the field. That is for Ruan now. And Ivan Ruiz needs to come back ASAP. Says Benito. It'd certainly be a helpful player to have. They're on the field, but now 21 minutes remaining. That was going to close that gap just that little bit more. Kicked into touch. 35 meters out, and yep, fruit salads. There's Nate there. And we're going to be throwing this ball in. 59 minutes through. I'm just doing maths in my head at the moment. They still need 4 tries or 3 converted tries and a penalty. They've been able to take that ball back. Geez, that's a big shot on Dan Duplessis. Sanutla haven't panicked, but now has managed to dodge about 7 of the Stormers. The Exeter Chiefs defenders. We have got there Buzz Lightyear. Awesome. There's Roof, and also come on the Stormers. These Tommies are nothing. There's roll it off. That's going to be kicked in behind. Waiting for this one to sit up. Diamani tries to kick it forward. It hits the fullback in the face. Ken's coming on the field now for Beck and Sale, so another change being made on the Exeter Chiefs side. Whereas for the Stormers, I believe, other than Blomekis, I don't think they made too many subs in that back line. Looks like Stuart Hogg just taking his pants off now, though, so he'll be getting ready to warm up. Get out there on the field and see if he can help score that one last try. Because one more try for the Exeter Chiefs, I'd say they win this game. One more try for the Stormers, all of a sudden we're that little bit closer. And there are possibilities. But great tackle made there by Henry Slade. Now Grubbers the ball in behind the Stormers. We'll be able to regather this. Bonus question, who did the voice of Buzz Lightyear? So Buzz Lightyear was voiced by, I believe it was voiced by Tim Allen. That's set up for the Stormers. That's going to be a try, or is it? He goes for the corner. Oh, he's hit his head. Or hit his head hard, Hutzenberg. See, now it's a little bit closer in this one. They were $13 underdogs, or $26 underdogs, in fact. Now that will be changing a little bit. Yeah, was it Tim Allen who voices Buzz Lightyear? Maybe. And fruit salad is correct, Nate. Bunch of grapes. It's great work. Charging at the line. Still down by 18, but they're getting a little bit closer. Jack Noel getting close to stopping him from making it to the line. But the Stormers, the thing is, there's still plenty of time left in this game. And they're starting to cut down that deficit quite drastically. 28-0. Now it's 28 points to 10. With the kick to come, could make it 28 points to 12. And we can do this. Yep, Tim Allen, says Kerr. Nailed it. I couldn't tell you who voices anyone else in Toy Story other than those two main ones. Cameron Diaz. Does she voice... Who voices Jessie? Is that Cameron Diaz? Maybe, maybe not. Important we get the kick to Melon Buzz Lightyear. Chris Evans Buzz Lightyear movie character. Oh, okay. I see. There's a difference. Kick has missed away to the side again. That will mean that it remains with an 18 points difference. Looks like Stuart Hogg now making his way onto the field. And she was awesome, Ruth says Roloff. And that when they fell out the back of the truck. And Tim Honks, or Tom Hanks. Oh, no, I worked it out, Tim Honks. There's Woody. Tim Honks. Scrumless running onto that ball. Believe it was, I think it was almost knocked on by both sides. So they kind of just went play on. I have no idea who did that. Pretty much what they said. 19 minutes for 3 tries. Impossible? Since when? We've seen Fiji and Drua score 3 tries in 5 minutes. 19 minutes is plenty of time. That's like you could go all day for that. I think the Exeter Chiefs actually managed to score 3 tries in 19 minutes. The Marnie miss again. He did. Unfortunately, did end up missing away to the side, so he has yet to get a kick over in this contest. Odds, says Sinet, at the moment in the TAB side of things for New Zealand, Stormers $16 underdogs. Exeter Chiefs, you can no longer put money on them in this match. They are $1.01. I'm here all week, says Kerr. And that sums up the luck of the Stormers this match. There's Roof. That's going to be a loose ball again. Now off. On the right-hand side, these South Africans are entertaining themselves. There's Roloff. Now Lebok. Going across to Clayton Blomekis. Hudsenberg running onto that one quite nicely. Got Damian Willemser on his outside. Doesn't decide to use him. And also, it was almost a turnover for David Ewers. Quite literally midweek as Kiwi Lads Rugby Challenge 4 videos time. Says Kerr. And that's true. We've got a few old videos. Well, we've got quite a few old videos on the channel. I watched a couple of them the other week, and I didn't cringe per se, but I was like, oh, that was the Sevens one with me and Isaac. My haircut, I think, was the worst part of those videos. That was a forward pass almost from Clayton Blomekis, sorry. Or the vet goes across now to Willemser. Up to the halfway line. Now 15 minutes remaining on the clock. God is not a Stormers fan, unfortunately. Canes. You got the Stormers, says Barry, and odds, please, says Sinet. So, yeah, currently $16 underdogs for the Stormers. Although, please do not bet now, Sinet. There's a roll-off. That is going to be a scrum for the Stormers. And can you please show the odds? And this is Sinet. I can't show them, but I can tell you what they are, which is $16 for the Stormers, $1.01 for the Exeter Chiefs, but you can no longer put the money on them. I think I have more chance of meeting Elvis outside my house tonight than the Stormers winning, says Roof. Praying for the 3 tries. Here's Nate there as well. And I think, I'm overtired, I think. I think we both are, Kill. We've had big weekends, the different reasons, but still roughly the same in some parts of it. But yeah, we got some more tomorrow, which is going to be the Sevens. We got 5 games in a row, which are going to be about 2 hours-ish combined. And then before that or after that, I will probably go grocery shopping, which will be fun. Forrest Gump met Elvis, did he? Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he? And she said, Elvis, now I want to talk about food again. It's Scrum less. Right, a couple more changes made for the Exeter Chiefs. Also, the same can be said about the Stormers by the looks of it. Looks like they want to make 1 or 2 more changes themselves. Innate emergency flatlining, says Ruth. Pull the vet. To feed the ball in now. Harvey Skinner, the youngster out there. Bad man, just F bad. What is up with the Stormers? Lord, please help me. There's Major Smurf. Yeah, they have struggled quite a bit throughout this game, and it's just those little mistakes in that first half that really took them out of the game. Such as like that intercept that then the Exeter Chiefs were able to score. Stormers need to score now. And I was going to do the Warriors game soon, bro. Yeah, we want to. It's just all of their games have been overlapping with Super Rugby and Sevens. But now that Sevens is out of the way after this weekend, I think Warriors game a lot more likely. Probably next weekend if it doesn't overlap. And wait, I missed the first half of a game with work, but it still counts. Well, I think I've made every live stream this weekend, actually. I think you're very, very close to it, Kerr. I think you've been here for most, if not all, of the Sevens. Even the random ones that are like just popping up 5 minutes before they're going live, you managed to find. Yeah, I need to do Elvis Fool's Gold Loaf Challenge after the Danky Chicken Nugget Challenge. Yeah, Kiwiles says, Scrumless, what is the Fool's Gold Loaf Challenge? They're not playing league today. Oops, forfeit. Not enough players. Says Nate. Now 13 minutes remain. JJ Chutzia. Gonna throw this one in for the line out. Nicely taken by Marvin Ori. Now Paul the Vet inside ball. Good work here from the Stormers. A 1 for the money, 2 for the show. 3 get ready now. Go Cat go, isn't it? That's how it goes, isn't it? I actually used to have an Elvis CD. My nana got it for me for my, I want to say it was maybe like my 8th birthday, somewhere around there, because they had a portable CD player. Yeah, quite a few Elvis songs on it. Turnover 1 by the Exeter Chiefs. You can see the frustration on Marnie Libbok's face. I'm all shook up. There's Nate. And Joe, I'm jumping back off the bandwagon. If they start losing, though, it's definitely sound like details are required for these challenges. Donate button standing by. CSK, yeah, Kerr has been very generous over the weekend, Scrumleys. He paid me and George to do push-ups. So I feel like he's the founding funder of the Kiwi lads at the moment. That makes sense. It's over the Stormers, and I'm Irish. Says Garma Beach. As one Elvis' favourite foods is a whole loaf of bread sliced down the middle lengthwise, filled with peanut butter, grape jelly, and bacon. Now, as American as that sounds, I don't know if that would be that nice. Like, it would probably not be, like, terrible, but I don't know if it would be fantastic. You know, like, down the middle? So it's like like if it was a donut, maybe. I want to cry, bro. This sad says Major Smurf. Although the URC, they've still got that. Are you going to eat some fries and chicken salt? Says Aiden. Nah, I've had my chips for today. I had them earlier on. So after this live stream, straight to bed. Have some Wheat Bix tomorrow morning. Well, this is the morning, so tomorrow night. Our house rock. Hamish does Elvis, and George does Don't Stand on My Blue Suede Shoes. Says Roof. You could do George as Don't Stand on My Steel Cap Boots. Perhaps that could be the new remix of the song. Now Stormers 40 up from their line. Collecting Lumikis goes across to Willie Ingelrecht. Now Dan Duplessis, nice ball out to Hartzenberg. Driven into touch. Brilliant tackles. In all seriousness, is there anything better in the world than breakfast for dinner? Says Kerr. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Like, I love an all-day breakfast. And if that's on the menu, that's what I'll get. We went to the bakery, or a bakery a while ago, and it was around breakfast time, and the breakfast was not great. Sadly, it was supposed to be like a big breakfast, but it was kind of like a bad breakfast. And just don't drip any of your blue suede, or don't drip any on your blue suede shoes. Hi, mate, says Maurice. Welcome in, Maurice. Hope you are doing very well, mate. Currently an injury for Hudsonberg. Got a bit of a stoppage here, but looks like now they are going to be almost looking for the line out. Kitsoff's looking exhausted, but it hasn't had an impact. Now the Stormers have been able to play, but Vermak made his way out there. And also, we have got there, how many do you do? How many do I do? Like this, not the streams. How many do I do? Oh, for the week picks. I normally have 3 or 4, depending on the day. I'll collect him, Lumikis. On his way forward. Oh, it's dropped again. It's just those mistakes from the Stormers. They've had about I'd say they've played a 2 out of 10 game of rugby so far. And this one, oh, he's kicked it into the head of one of his teammates. It's an accidental offside. Unfortunately, Aiden Davis didn't see it coming. And that sounds good, roll-off. Says Maurice there. 13 tackles made for Stephen Kitsoff. You can see the disappointment on his face because he has been working hard, but the side just haven't quite been able to put it together. 9 minutes remaining until we see the Exeter Chiefs make it through to the next stage, going up against either Saracens or La Rochelle. That will be confirmed tomorrow at 2 a.m. Looks like Stormers forgot to take their stilettos off today and their false eyelashes. Says Ruth. Yeah, it's been a poor performance. Oh, that looks like a dislocated finger. His finger is dislocated. It's the comment from Matthew Raynell. He wasn't too keen to look at it. The other Stormer says Barry Green. I think my finger's still dislocated. Well, still, it's probably, I'd like to think it's back in place now. Ever since that cricket game the other day, like I still can't really wiggle it without it being painful. Not sure what happened there, but not ideal. Stormers playing as bad as the Quins played when Stormers played the Quins. And we have also got there a donation from Kerr and Bricky. Another great weekend. Almost done well to serve rest just around the corner. Thank you very much, Kerr. Like you said, you've been with us pretty much throughout this whole weekend, so you are probably also due for a big sleep at some stage in the near future. Please get Scott Burger. Well, says Roof. And the Springboks are in trouble. I don't actually see us winning France, says Major Smurf. Although they've still got time. It's not much time, but still time to be able to work out what that squad is that they want to go with and what their real tactics are going to be. Right, but that's gone down in the front row. I believe they have got back up, though, so the Storm, too much movement. They aren't able to get that ball back out. Referee hasn't stopped the time. At this point, I've got one more game after this, and I should get around 30 minutes sleep before work starts. Jeez. That sounds way too familiar, Kurt. But hopefully work is something you can do that you can be half asleep for. If not, then, yeah, it's a bit rough, isn't it? Captain Kerr, top gent. He is indeed. He's top bloke. Look at his big ship that he's got there. His big crew. Yeah, it's a ship in it. And I also like eating chocolate with tuna, says Rudy. That would be a rough combination, wouldn't it? Another penalty going the way of the Exeter Chiefs. And it's 8 p.m, so we're going to Bry. I got bottlers. It's good, Roof, says roll off. Okay, all defeats for the Stormers have been away from home this season in the URC. And they are saying it looks like this is going to be a continuation of that. Legion play the Seawolves today. Send you good vibes, Rugby Soldiers. Says Scrumless. It's going to be a good game as well. I was actually kind of hoping to watch that one, but then I realized I was going to be up a majority of the night. Skullburger, it might like me, Nazi Williams. Currently at around 42 hours away. Yeah, that is a bit long, Kerr. It's definitely impressive for yourself. So I would more than likely assume we won't see you for the sevens this afternoon, which is completely fine because it sounds like you do need some sleep at some point. Enjoy our roll-off. Should be tastier than the Stormers' performance. Now the rolling maul. But the Exeter Chiefs starts again. They've now got another advantage. Getting close. Getting very close. They're over the line. It is going to be Yandel who does go in for the try. And the Exeter Chiefs now moving up to 33 points to 10. Yeah, it's a 6 p.m. my time. It's like stupid o'clock in New Zealand. Says Crumless. A ration, not comment, Roof. Or I ration, not comment, Roof. After this, going to watch Band of Brothers again. And also, I'll be on for the sevens. Don't get out of challenges that easy, but says Kerr. But you do need to sleep. You don't want to be up for like 50 hours straight. That will be hard on the brain. We haven't quite done that. I think our most was in the 40s, but that was back when we were young. What time's the next game, Hamish? The next one will be at just before 3 p.m. New Zealand time, I believe. Or sorry, just before 4 p.m. New Zealand time. And that is the match taking place between South Africa and Ireland. So we will be covering that one. Then after that, we've got the 4 quarterfinals games. Yeah. Then after that, we've got our maybe 2-hour gap. Then back in for like the 9th or the 5th place playoff ones and whatnot as well. In fact, the first one may actually not be that South Africa one. It might actually be that first Samoa-Uruguay game. Might be the first one, and that's at about 4:15, I think. Ooh, jumping up for that one, the Exeter Chiefs currently with a 35-10 lead. Update the score. There we go. It's all good. And greetings, Hamish. Just dropped by for a few minutes to give the stream a like. Says Mountains of Asylum. Do appreciate you being here for the short time that you are popping in. Currently a one-sided game for this matchup. And also we have got there, you need to sleep, brother. Next time, leave the Stormers game. No one watched them. Says roll off. Am I only still with the Legions? Also, I get 30 minutes after Glasgow game, then a couple hours before the sevens. After I get work sorted for the team for the day. Says Kerr. Lucky we don't do streams during the week that often, isn't it, Kerr? Yes, you would have no gas left in the tank. Yeah, that first one will be at 4:15 p.m. New Zealand time. That's Samoa versus Uruguay. Even if you have to sleep through a few of them and you want to make sure that you pop in for one, which it sounds like you do want to do, but I would say even if you want to pop in for one, which is New Zealand, Great Britain, the last one of the quarterfinals, or even pop in for the semis later on, if you are all sleeped out. Oh, that could be a try here. Might be a knock on though from Mavanori. Well, we tried, but I hope the best of luck to the Chiefs. But next season, come to Cape Town, you will be eaten. Exeter Chiefs showed up and the sun is bright today. What's going to take for you to do the province game? Numbers higher than small numbers, I feel, for that one, because or else then also I haven't got like a live stream set up for that. Like it's 15 minutes away. I haven't got a thumbnail, I haven't got a like lineups thing done, anything like that. So it would take a lot of preparation to be able to do. Okay. I think they're going to say this might be a try for Marvin Ori here. I think this competition is Leinster to lose. Unless they felt an understrength side, they should be at least, or they should be everyone left. Signing off, thanks for both games. Says Roloff, no worries, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in over the weekend. Hopefully we do see you again in the near future. Hey, Scrumlass, what's up, hun? Says Aiden. Also, still lots of gas in those unstoppable tanks. Says Scrumlass. Right, they're going to look at this one 50 times. Not too dry, Nazi. You can still laugh at your jokes. 2 hands on it. It's on top of the hand of the Exeter Chiefs player. Okay, so the referee and the TMO don't agree. And hey, howdy, hey brother, how you do? And also we have lots of Southern Hemisphere players in general. Nemo Scudder, Andy Ellis, Anonu, Isaac Ross, Adam Ashley Cooper, so many. Right, they're still deciding. I don't know if they know whether or not this is actually a try, but I think it is going to end up being one. Regathers the position of the ball, puts it down. It is a try. They have decided in the end. That took a long time for them to be able to work that one out. We had to wait patiently. So, 4 minutes remaining. Now they get back a little bit more. Also, we have got there. Yep, Amish, thank you again. And then Isaac. Hopefully see him soon. Says Blues Nate. Yeah, it was good to have Isaac down for the weekend. George popping in for live streams as well, like he normally does. But yeah, it will be good to see him in the near future. Hopefully, we've got a couple plans soon. Try for drizzle. Does seem that way. They're slightly going to a light rain now. Congrats, Chiefs, says Scrumless. Now just 3 minutes remaining on the clock. Still 18 points difference, but it was charged down for Harvey Skinner. And then it was in the Marvin Ori who managed to get himself the try for the Stormers. Hamish is all over. You must get Super League night's sleep. You deserve it, says Roof. And Hamish, I hope you had a good Easter morning, brother. And after the game, I'll see you sometime tomorrow. Says Aiden there. So yeah, we will have sevens all throughout tomorrow for the live stream. But hopefully you did have a great Easter as well. How's he been, your cat? Says Barry. Well, he passed away last November. Oh, Billy. So I guess maybe not great now compared to then. And never ever saw this coming, says Jacobus. And there as well. Yeah, it's a lot more one-sided than a lot of people would have been anticipating for this matchup. And home advantage is vital in Europe. And also we have Gadekika, Aranui, Arifkara. Enjoy the rest of your evening. There's Blues Nate, all stolen by the Exeter Chiefs. Offload to Ollie Woodburn. Found the offload, and that will be the try now for Tom Kens. Right, now it's definitely confirmed for them. Nice, how's your weekend beat, Scrum lads? Sorry to hear that, Kiwi lad, says Barry Green. Although he did have a good innings. He was about 18 years old, somewhere around there, I believe, which was like 106 or something in cat years. Something along those lines. Terrible South Africa, says Michael. Have it now, 90 seconds remaining. Another try for the Exeter Chiefs. Take care, gents. Here's the Blues, Nate, and also later Blues. Have a good week. Yeah, there as well. Yeah, nicely done by Exeter Chiefs. Even though they've already secured this win, they still want a couple more tries on the board just to not so much rub it in, but just say, yeah, we've got this one just a little bit more in the bag. It was a good sling and pass out wide. Oh, so how did you know he was gone? Did you take him to the vet? Says Barry. So he ended up, well, the vet ended up coming around here because he wasn't looking too well, Billy. But yeah, being at the stage how he was getting close to being not flash. So we didn't want him to suffer or anything like that. So then the vet recommended that we should put him down while he was still slightly competent. Thanks, Hamish. Have a good one. Cheers, says Stephen Marks. That kick is successful again. 30 seconds remaining. Still could be another try on the board, perhaps. And so, thanks, Ramley. Same to you. Yeah, and also, I almost feel like the Chiefs, I want the points difference to stay the same. So just scored again, says Kerr. Yeah, they aren't keen on letting the Stormers get any closer than they need to. You too, brother. God bless. Says Nazi. Oh, that's a shocking kickoff. It's gone like 7 meters, if that. Now Exeter Chiefs just managing to clean that one up. 5 seconds. Matthew Reynaud lets them know. Stormers trying to strip that ball. It's available at the back. Back into the pocket. Kicked into touch. And the Exeter Chiefs are going through to the next stage of the Champions Cup. 42 points to 17. pretty one-sided affair. It was 28-0 at one point. Was he going to go blind? Well, he had gone blind in one of his eyes, but his other eye was still working not too bad. It was more the vital organs that they had to make sure were working properly. Guys, very one-sided for this matchup. Like I mentioned, a lot more one-sided than a lot of people would have been guessing, because I thought this game was going to be split by maybe 5 to 10 points, maybe even less than 7. But this game, it is split by a whole 25 points in favour of the Exeter Chiefs. But Ollie Woodburn did end up as the Heineken star of the match. Very good performance, Ollie Woodburn. I believe getting himself 2 tries in the end, or actually getting that offload of Exeter Chiefs win the championship. Here's Aiden in there. So they do move on to the next stage. We're just going to be going head-to-head up against the winner of Saracens versus La Rochelle. But I do thank you all very much for tuning into this live stream. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We will be back for the sevens in only about 10 hours time or so. So be sure to check that out as well. But thank you all very much for tuning in. I will see you all for the next one.